Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to Tdowski Shelter. What is a National Quest mission? Why should we do it? How is it relevant? There are so many questions that come along with National Quests that it can get overwhelming to answer and figure out. Hopefully, by the end of the video, you'll start to have some grasp on what a National Quest mission is, how to do one, how to find the best ones to do, and what to do with it after you have finished one. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want more. Leave a comment on topics and videos you wish for me to make. So let's start off with the basic question. What is a National Quest? A National Quest is a way for you to send out an APC that can help you get experience for your class. Remember, class is a focus you have chosen to be. The 4 classes so far are Trader, Farmer, Raider, and Architect. Now, National Quests are only available once the launch center has been taken by one of the alliances and a president has been named. The president also needs to assign positions and build the National Quest buildings. We can discuss launch center battles and president responsibilities in another video, but for the current topic, we are solely focusing on National Quests. Now, once the launch center has been taken and the positions assigned, the president shall build a building for each position. Each position is focused on a specific class. As for doing National Quests, this does not really apply to the average player. So for the average player, the main thing for you is that this is going to open up 8 buildings with about 4 or 5 option missions to gain experience for your specific class. The more missions that you do, the more experience you will get. In order to complete a mission, you must locate a mission that is class specific. If you go to your class building and tap on the National Quest button, you will initially be taken to your main class building. The first options you see is the building that is most suitable for your class. However, another building may have a mission that is suitable for your class and can have a better experience return for your time. You can scroll through the various buildings with the left and right arrows at the top of the mission menu to scroll through the various buildings and see the other missions. But let's take it back. At the top of each building, you will see the person who is assigned to that position, and below that are going to be the cards that they placed in order to give everyone buffs who choose to do missions within their building. You can click on each card to see what sort of ability it will give you. Now, some will lower the amount of time it takes to finish a mission, some will give you a boost to the experience that you get, and others will give a boost to the national points. Which brings us to the next number. The next number you will see below that is a national points contributed by that specific building. This number goes up the more people do missions within that building. National points helps progress the state to allow higher level missions to be available, which will give people more experience for finishing a mission. This number does not really pertain to the average player, but it will signify how many experience points that the assigned position will get for that day, since the assigned position cannot do National Quest missions. Below that number, you will see the various missions that you can do. Every building should have 4 or 5 missions. At least one of the missions are going to be solely for those people that have the arms deal in the benefits menu. Now, the arms deal was the $25 a month service that allows buffs to your base. It allows special buildings and a daily redeem box that you can collect. It also allows you to do a special National Quest that is only available to you. Now, these missions are usually only 1 hour long and will give you some of the most experience points one can get. So there is a slight benefit to subscribing to the arms deal option, but I am by no means trying to push that onto you. I'm just trying to explain what it is. Now, this mission will be separated by the other missions being in a boxed area, and it will be marked Arms Deal mission. Anyone without the subscription will not be able to do this mission, but anyone with it will be able to take advantage of this benefit. Now, for everyone else, there are other missions. There are a lot of numbers associated with these missions, but the main numbers that players should look at is the experience points and the time it takes. Now, at the top of the mission, it will say what the mission is and what class it pertains to. It will also state what level your class needs to be at in order to do it. These are important. An architect cannot do a trader mission. However, on the same note, a level 15 architect cannot do a level 25 architect mission. So how do you raise your level? You raise levels by gaining experience in doing missions. This information, where you're at, what level you're at for your class, can be viewed in the class manual screen from the class hall, which we will briefly discuss later on. At the end of each building, you will find missions that allow up to 3 commanders to join. This may be the most confusing one to players since there are a lot of numbers and a lot of variables. So let's see if we could break this down simpler so that people can understand it better. Now, missions that require 3 commanders will usually give the most experience. However, in order to get the maximum amount of experience points, you will need 3 different commanders to join on one line. In order for other commanders to join, they must join the mission within a specific time frame and join the same way that a person would join a single person mission. At the top of the mission options, you will see different numbers for time and experience. The 3 different numbers represents how many commanders are in one single line. There are numbers for only 1 commander, 2 commanders, and 3 commanders. If you are the only commander in the trio option, you will still get experience, but it will not be as much as if 2 others joined you. It is important in the early stages of state growth to take part in these missions. They reset daily, and you only get a specific amount of time to send APCs off to do them. You start off by only being able to do 1 mission a day, but as you gain experience and unlock more cards in your class manual, you will be able to do more missions per day and really rack up experience points. Now, once you find a mission you wish to do and you qualify for it, you will click on an open spot and your APC menu will open. There will be 2 options at the bottom of this window, APC and cards. Before you send an APC off for a mission, click the cards button. This will open up a separate window where you can place 3 extra cards that have been pre-designated to give you extra buffs for accomplishing the mission. Once you place the cards you have or able to, click back to your APCs and send off the APC you want. You will then have just sent off your APC to accomplish a mission. Now, if you do not have cards to put in those slots, you can still do the mission. You just won't get the extra benefits of having those specific cards. Now, during your APC's travel to the building, if you do teleport, that will recall your troops and you will have to reassign them all over again. You will lose a durability and you will have kind of wasted your time in a way. However, once an APC has made it to the building and is starting a mission, you can teleport wherever you want and not disrupt the mission that is currently going on. This is an important fact to know, especially in situations where you may have to leave an area, but don't because you're afraid it will mess up the quest mission that you are doing. Once the APC arrives and is in the middle of doing the mission, the only way that you can stop the mission is to specifically recall them early, which will bring us now to a brief introduction to the class manual. And I say brief because each class has different abilities in the class manual, and these are going to be up to each specific player. It will require a totally separate video to talk about, but for the time being, I want to give a basic introduction to the class manual since it does have relevance to the National Quest missions. So if we tap on the class hall, you will see the class manual option on the left side. side. If you tap on the class manual icon, you will be taken to a screen with a bunch of boxes and numbers and options. What this is the extra buffs that you can receive for being the class that you have chosen. At the top of the screen, you will see a manual and card options. The manual will show you what class you are, what level you are, how many points you will need to get to the next level, and any points that you may have available to unlock cards. Below this are all the various cards of that class. They will be color coded. For example, red are going to be related to national quests directly. Blue are going to be class related. Gold are alliance related, and green are going to be player specific buffs based on class. Red is the color most associated with national quests. These are the cards that you will be able to assign per APC per mission. When the earlier window pops up and you can assign those pre-designated cards, the red ones are the ones that you will be able to move into the slots. The other cards will be assigned in the card window at the top of the class manual screen. As you unlock cards, you can assign cards to give you extra buffs once a day. Now, this is a topic I want to discuss in a separate video since it can get very detailed, but being able to assign cards, especially blue ones, can assist you in getting more experience for doing national quests. If you click on the card option menu, you will see 4 various options in which you can place cards in. Only green can go in the top row, only blue can go in the second row, only gold can go in the third row, but any card can go into your last row. Mix and matching cards can give you significant buffs to your base, your alliance, and to your quests. This is something that should not be ignored. But having these cards assigned, plus sending off APCs to do national quests, is something that benefits not only you, but your alliance and your state. There is a lot that goes into these quests that cannot be summed up quickly, but maintaining a high class level and having members of various classes can drastically assist the alliance and not just the player. It is important for not only players to understand this, but also leaders in order to advance their alliance and state further. And that pretty much sums up national quests. I hope this helps explain how to do national quests and sort of starts to explain why you should do them. It can be a significant game changer to a player and to the alliance, and it is very important to stay up with it. It also may not hurt to gain experience in various classes if you are able to do so, which leads me to, what class are you? How far along are you? What is your experience level? Leave that information in the comments below, as well as any questions you may have that you are still confused on. Hopefully I can clarify some of that for you. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. It will help me make more videos, and leave suggestions if you want to see something specific. Join the Discord to have direct access to ask questions, discuss LSS, get charts and information, and just connect to have a good time. It's still in early stages, but should allow for more discussion and connection. I hope you have a great rest of your day, help each other out, look out for each other, and most importantly, be safe out there.